and the lights were still on the stage. Whew, I'm getting chills. I heard a little girl voice say, "Hi, Siani. Hi."
Girl, you bad and you nasty. Girl, you bad and you nasty.
Girl, you bad and you nasty. Girl, you bad and you nasty. Girl, you know you both know you nasty. Love it when you talk to me nasty. Do that little walk when you pass me. Only time you calls when you're nasty. Girl, you bad and you nasty.
Hi you guys, it's me, Siani Marie, and I'm back with another motherfucking video. Period, point blank, okay? Because it's quarantine and y'all need something to watch, and I'm gonna give it to you, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all story time. My first paranormal experience. So who else went to summer camp? Like, who else mom or parents sent them to summer camp? Mine has. Okay, so the year that I went to summer camp, I was only about, I think I was only 13 when I went to the summer camp, which was kind of old. No, actually I was 12. So I was only 12 years old when I went to my first summer camp experience. Back then summer camp was so cool, and this kind of made me a little bit emotional. I was supposed to go to summer camp with two cousins that I grew up with. They're not blood cousins, but they're somebody I grew up with, and they're like family to me. One of the girls recently passed from the virus, and it's so unfortunate. I'm so hurt, like, and I've been going through that for the last couple days, and just it really has been like breaking me down. But you know, I've been praying to God about it, everything like that. But yeah, like I said, I was supposed to go to summer camp with my two cousins, but I ended up going to the program the month after them. So I was behind, but it was still a camp, but they had already left camp, and it was another program camp that I went to. So I went to camp. I was going to camp by myself. So my mom, she sent me to camp by myself. It was safe. She looked into it. Like I said, my cousins had already been there. They were already home. So when I found out that they were going with me, I was like hecka disappointed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta go to camp on my own. But my mom did have a friend. Her name, I ain't gonna say her name, but she had a friend that she was like really close with, and she had a daughter my age as well. So my mom felt, you know, like, okay, so we got both our daughters are going to this summer camps together. I forgot how it went. Oh, so the parents had to drop the kids off to this place, and it had like school buses. So we had, you know, said our goodbyes, and we like, it was like a lot of parents and like a lot of kids going out to summer camp. So, you know, me and my mom's friend daughter, we had left together on the bus, and we sat together on the bus. So this trip to the campsite, it took so freaking long. It literally, I think it took like 3 hours to get to the campsite. I literally had no idea where I was going. Like, I knew I was going to camp, but all I remember the name of Chippewa, I think it's Chippewa Valley or something like that. But yeah, like back then we weren't allowed to have phones. Me and, let's call the girl that was like friends, my mom's friend daughter, let's call her Raven. So me and Raven sat on the bus together. We finally get to the camp, you know, campsite. So as we're getting off the bus, our like administrators like waiting for the kids from the camp. They're waiting for the kids to like follow them. So like the leaders, like these leaders were grown, were adults. So the leaders, I don't know what to call them. What do you call them? Like mentors. I'm gonna just call them the mentors. So the mentors were assigned to kids by their last name, and we had like a badge on our shirt. You know, this is so crazy. Like, camp is so dead. I don't recommend. Don't nobody send their kids to camp no more. This was back in the day. So anyways, with some by last name. So me and the girl Raven, we were split up. I was in a group with at least about, like, I say about 15 kids. Like, we was in a group about like 15 kids, 15 to 20 kids. We literally had to walk all our bags up this tall hill. Like, it was just this tall hill, like this huge hill. And then there were our cabins. So it was so many different cabins, and like I said, it was split up by last names and by leaders who had that group of kids. We put our bags up and everybody chose a bed, right? So in the cabin, inside the cabin, it was bunk beds. This is so crazy. I can't believe I remember this. So it was bunk beds, like it was like hecka bunk beds, and everybody had picked their bunk bed and shared and, you know, decided who was they going to sleep with or whatever, or top, bottom, whatever. So everybody had picked their bunk bed, and I was left with the last bunk bed at the very end of the cabin. And at the end of the cabin, it was another door. So it's an entranceway, and then it's another door, but nobody's allowed to go in or out that door. So I'm literally by the door. My bunk bed is by the door, and nobody was sharing a bunk bed with me because all the bunk beds were already taken. So I'm like, dang, I got this whole bunk bed by myself, and I wasn't happy about it. Like, I wanted somebody to sleep in the same bunk bed as me, because when you sleeping in a bunk bed and it's like dark, you want somebody to be under you or on top of you. Like, it just felt so alone, like lonely. So anyways, so it was these two girls named, let's call her Naya and Savannah. So it was a black and a white girl. So Naya was a black girl, Savannah was a white girl. Not that it matters, but it kind of does in a little way, because I never grew up having white friends. So me and those two girls, we started talking and stuff. We got a little bit cool, and they started following me around everywhere I went. They followed me everywhere I went, like literally, like they was on my tracks. And it was annoying to me because I don't like when people follow me around. Like, you know, I want to be in my own little space. It was nice to have them as friends, but they followed me everywhere I went. It was annoying. So we did like little activities like stretched. It was a Christian campus camp, so we would talk about Jesus and stuff like that. We would do like activities and stuff. So one day, I'm gonna skip forward to like certain days we did certain things. So some days we would go like walking. We would go in this pond. Like one day they wanted to go swimming in this pond, and I'm just like, I'm not doing that. I'm not about to get my hair wet. Cause keep in mind, I'm a black girl, so I'm thinking I'm not about to get my hair wet. I forgot how I had my hair in kinky twists. Y'all, who else remember kinky twists? I had my hair in kinky twists. The two girls who were following me around, they kind of convinced me to get in the water and like have fun. And then my biggest fear is leeches, and leeches are in ponds. So like every time I watch a movie about how white people be swimming in ponds and lakes and stuff. No, it was a lake. It was a lake and like it was leeches in there. So I'm like, I'm not with it. I'm not getting in there. It's probably leeches everywhere in there. Oh my gosh. So they tried to convince me to get in there. I didn't want to do it. I found out that I started my period for the first time. I'm like, I'm so over it. So over it. Fast forward into other activities. So we would have this activity where we would have talent shows, and our camp was like, it was like a huge field, like huge land. It was land, and the cabins were like on this side, and then it's a long field, and then on the other side of the field is this building. It's this huge, it's not a building, but it kind of looks like a farmhouse in a way, like a farmhouse a little bit, but it's not a house. It's just like I don't know how to really explain it, but it's not a building. It's just a huge place. It was a huge place, and we would walk there, and we would do activities. We would have fashion shows. We would have like different days. We would have talent shows and stuff like that. We would sing different songs and stuff. So, and this place is where we had the restroom. So if anytime we had to go to the restroom, anything, we had to walk all the way across the field to that, we just gonna call it a building, to that building in order to use the bathroom, the restroom. And So boys and girls, of course, we slept in different cabins. We were in different groups. So all girls were on one side of the campus area and boys were on the other side of the campus area. So I was kind of like sad that me and Raven had split up, because that's somebody I kind of knew, and then the girls who was following me around was kind of annoying. So the administrator that we had, her name was Bones. I remember her name to this very day. It wasn't her real name, but her name is Bones. Her hair was red, okay? She had red hair, and we just thought she was like gothic. I thought she was like a gothic type of girl. So in the place that we have like talent shows and stuff, we would do different things. So one night we had the talent show there, and then we came back to our cabins. And like I said, remember, I slept by myself. I didn't have nobody sleep on top of me or at the bottom, but I chose to sleep at the top of the bunk bed because I feel like if I slept at the bottom, something was gonna get me from under the bed. I don't know, I was just so scared, and I feel so alone there. I was low-key ready to go, and it was like we only were able to write letters to our parents, and I honestly feel like they never sent the letters out. So keep in mind, we were able to send letters, right? Send letters to our parents. That's what they told us, because we couldn't have phones or anything. All we needed to know was our address. So I remember my address and everything. One night I was asleep and I had to pee so bad. Like ever since I was younger, my bladder could not hold nothing. So hold on, let me put some lip gloss on. So one night, I'm thinking about what happened. So I think at a certain time, I don't know if it was 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, but we had a curfew to be in the cabins and everything. So it was curfew. We got in our pajamas, we changed in our pajamas, and they would turn the lights off and it would be time to go to sleep. So we had to go to sleep. We had to make sure everybody was asleep. They had to make sure everybody was in their bed. You know, you didn't have to, they didn't force you to go to sleep, but they made sure that you was in your bed, whatever. So this particular night, I could not sleep for nothing. And keep in mind, my bed is all the way on the other side, and Bones, my administrator, the leader of the group, the older lady, she was all the way in the front where you can enter the cabin. This particular night, I could not sleep at all because I had to pee. I had to pee, and I tried to hold it. I tried going to sleep, trying to avoid it. I could not hold my pee for nothing. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? Because we don't have porta potties. Like, we didn't have porta potties around anywhere, you know. And I woke Bones up. I said, I have to go to the bathroom. I said, I have to go to the bathroom. Could you walk me to the cabin, the building on the other side of the field? And she's like, do you think you can just pee outside? Like, she was being lazy. She was like, do you think you could just pee outside? Do you think you just pee outside? And I'm just like, no, I can't pee outside. Like, I don't want to pee outside. I want to use the bathroom. I want to use the bathroom. So she's like, she just told me, she was like, well, you know where the building is at. You can just go there and use the bathroom. And I said, could you come with me? Like, and then keep in mind, Bones had somebody else working with her too. So this girl was just being lazy, and she did not want to walk me across the field. I'm like, oh my God. So I ran to the building. Keep in mind, it's dark. It is pitch black dark. All I can see is the lights on the cabin. So the further I get away, the smaller the lights get, and I can barely see. But the building had this light on it, like a light shining on it, so you can see where the building is at. So that's how I was able to find the building. I bucked it, bro. I ran to the building, and it was these big doors you had to open. So I opened the big doors, and the lights were still on the stage. Whew, I'm getting chills. I am getting chills. I'm getting chills. So when I got into the building, as soon as you get into the building, you have to turn. You have to make a turn, and then there's the bath. There's the restrooms. So I used the restroom. I was peeing. I didn't sit on the toilet. My mom always told me to squat. So I was squatting, right? I was squatting, peeing. So as I was peeing, I kid you not, bro, I cannot make this up. As I was peeing, I heard a little girl voice say, "Hi, Siani. Hi." I could not make this up, bro. I said, I didn't even finish. So I looked around, I'm like, what the like, bro, I didn't even get time to pull my pants up. So I ran out the bathroom. And then as I was running out the bathroom, I saw a girl on the stage. Keep in mind, it's probably 11 o'clock at night. Everybody had to be in their cabins. I saw a little white girl with white hair and blue eyes. Like, I could tell what kind of eyes she had, although it was kind of far, but I knew it was a white girl. She had white hair and she had on all white, and she was waving at me like, "Hi, Siani." Bro, I swear I cannot make this shit up. My pants were literally down. I didn't even pull my dumb ass did not even pull my pants up. Like, they were like halfway. I didn't even have time to pull my pants up, bro. I literally ran across the field naked, like with my pants almost hanging down. Like, I was trying to pull my pants up as I was running. And I was running. I did not look back. I didn't even finish. I pissed all on the toilet seat. I peed on myself. My pajamas was wet, and I was like trying to hold my pants up. So I ran. When I tell you, I fucking ran across that field. And I ran to Bones. I'm like, I saw somebody in the cabin. They said hi. They were saying hi, Siani, to me. And I was just trying to explain to her what was going on. And she was like, just calm down. You just probably had a bad dream. You know how white people are, bro, in the movies. They never believe you. I said, oh my God. I said, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm ready to go home. Please let me call my mom. Please let me call my mom. And then she was saying no, bro. She was like, you're probably making this up. You're probably just had a bad dream. I said, how do I have a bad dream if I'm fully awake? I'm fully awake. How do I have a bad dream? How? I'm fully aware. I know what's going on. So Bones, she was like, just go in your room. Just go in your bed and just go to bed. Just go to bed. This shit is stressing me out talking about it. And I'm just like, okay. I'm like, okay, what? I didn't act like this younger. I'm just like, okay, I guess I just go to bed. So I could not sleep for the rest of the night. The two girls that would follow me around, the black girl and the white, I forgot their names, but the two girls that I said would always follow me around, I told them about it the very next day. And they said, oh my gosh, are you serious, bro? That's so scary. Like I don't know how we would talk back then, but they was like, that's just so scary. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you went through that. I want to go home. And we're all freaking out, like, we want to go home. So I was telling them about like, yes, I saw a girl that was around my age, a white girl with white hair, not blonde hair, white hair, and she had on all white. How the she know my name? Everybody was supposed to be in a cabin sleep. They do bunk bed check. So what else could it have been? So the very next day, it's morning time, we had to go to eat breakfast. I sat next to Bones and I said, can I write my mom a letter? Can I write her a letter? Is it time for us to write letters? And she's like, yeah, it's fine. You know, I'll let you write your mom a letter. So long story short, in the letter I said, I'm ready to come home. I saw something scary, Mom. I saw something like a ghost. In the letter I said, I saw a ghost. I'm ready to come home. Please, you know, take me back home. Have them bring me back home. So I sent her to send off the letter. A couple days, they said they supposed to get in a couple days. I never heard nothing back. I gave them the letter. I honestly don't think my mom ever received the letter because I never got a letter back. So I'm sorry about the sirens. Something is going on. I pray to God that it's okay. So yeah, like I said, I never heard back from my mama. She never wrote me back. I don't think she ever got the letter. After that, I just let it go. Anytime I had to pee, I would literally pee outside of the cabin. So after that, like, I had a whole 5 days until we went home. Everything was cool back after that, but honestly, I think that building was haunted. That building was haunted, but I never experienced anything scary inside of the cabin where we were sleeping at. So I always felt like, you know, I'm good here. But every time we would go into that thing and do talent shows, like, I would always sit next to a lot of people. I wouldn't even go to the bathroom by myself. I had them girls who every day they followed me everywhere. They was already following me anyway, so I felt cool. But the other times that I went to the bathroom during daylight, I never seen nothing. I never experienced nothing scary. So yeah, after that, I mean, 5 days passed, because the camp was like a whole week. So, you know, it was time for us to go. We left the camp. You know, yeah, we got on the bus and we went back home. I sat next to the girl Raven, who my mom's friend daughter, and I told her about it. She was like, oh my gosh, that's so scary. I never want to go to that camp again. I said, I never want to go to this camp again. When I got home to my mom, I'm like, I never want to go to that camp again. I'm never sending my kids off to camp. You think about sending your kids to camp, don't do it. Especially now. I feel like back then people wasn't crazy as they are now. Things aren't as bad as they are now, but back then it was a cool experience. It was fun, but that was scary. Like, I was terrified, bro. I never seen nothing so vivid like that before. Never again. I'm not sending my kids off to camp. I'm never going camping with friends. That's dead. I don't do those type of things. But I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Backgrounders, make sure you click that subscribe button, turn on your post notification bell, and let me know if you like to hear more story times. I mean, I'm only 20 years old. I don't have that many stories, but as I get older, I will. But in the meantime, I can do girl talk videos. I can do Q&As. So if you're interested in that, make sure you follow me on Instagram and DM me. And follow me on Instagram at Siani_Marie. And just DM me some video ideas if you want me to do a reaction video to your music or anything like that. But in the meantime, you guys stay safe, stay positive, stay blessed up. And that's all we can do at this point. But I'll see you guys in the next video.